you just like tugging it in like Speedway. But yeah, anyway, welcome back to another Talkers on the Wall video. We're revisiting Weapons, a movie that came out in 2025.
Look, just blindsiding me with
Yeah,
that intro.
But yeah, no, it was regarded as one of the best horror movies at one point in time. I don't know if it still is 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it stands. They normally don't, but you know, with great movies like Sinners and then
Great Responsibility.
Yeah, with great movies like Sinners and just honestly from like the hype of 2024 movies like Nosferatu, Alien Romulus, it's just a good time to be in the
Romulus, yeah.
The horror.
Was that this year?
No, I mean I said 2024
okay.
with Nosferatu. Nosferatu kind of gets cooked a little bit because it dropped in Christmas.
Yeah, it's like December. I feel like that's close enough.
2025. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Weapons. So yeah, there's a lot of things. You know, 17 kids go missing.
Yep.
And no one knows where the hell they
showed
up.
They all go missing at 2:16 or 2:17 in the morning.
Yep.
They all get up out of their beds and run out into the streets, basically. And then the movie kind of takes us through a bunch of different kind of POVs of what's happening to different characters.
Yeah.
And you kind of slowly find that what's going on. You follow the teacher, everybody who thinks is like a witch, basically, and her like daily struggles. You follow a police officer. You follow a drug addict,
a crazy dad.
Yeah, a crazy dad. And then finally, yeah, you do follow the principal.
Yep.
And then finally, you follow the kid, the last kid who didn't get abducted. And major spoilers ahead.
Oh yeah.
This is where you find out who Aunt Gladys is.
Yep.
The kid had an aunt come to stay with them, and it turns out she was actually a witch, and she is basically like. She's kind of like the Pied Piper, but instead of, using a flute, she needs like a piece of your clothing or something that belongs to you, ties it around a twig, snaps it, and then you're like under her control, basically. And so, she does this to Alex's parents, be making them vegetables, basically, and then he's trying to like help his parents, so he gets a bunch of items that belong to the students, gives them to Aunt Gladys. Aunt Gladys kidnaps all the kids, brings them to their basement, and she's basically doing all this. It's alluded to that she is like, while they're under her control, she's like sucking up their like life essence, basically.
Yeah.
She's like getting their life force, but yeah, and you basically just like, you kind of go through all the different characters, because it's kind of like a horror mystery more so than just like a horror.
I think honestly with Weapons, it strives way more as a mystery than it does a horror movie.
Yeah.
And I mean honestly, I don't think anything got me as far as like jump scares or anything.
No. I feel like though there was definitely a few moments where like I was definitely like unsettled, which I think the movie does really well. Like in the scene where the teacher is like sleeping outside of Alex's house. Yeah. And like you just see like the door open and the mom walks out and she's like standing next to the door with the scissors. And then, like, she kind of, like, walks past her off screen, and you don't hear anything for a second, so you think she's kind of, like, gone. Yeah. But then you hear, like, the back car door open, and you're like, ooh, like, that definitely, like, sent some shivers.
That's fair, yeah.
And it's like, oh, what's gonna happen?
This movie's also, like, pretty funny, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you have, like, the druggie who's just, like, nonchalantly just, oh, this door's locked, like, yeah. It's just great moments like that. And as daring as it is to have that many point of view switches, you really gotta have confidence in your script and in your characters that you create. Yeah. And I think they do a good enough job for it, for sure.
All the characters were good. Like, you could basically like get behind everything that they were doing. Yeah. Like all of their decisions were understandable and things like that. And it's like, it reminded very much of reading, like, a book or something like that, because you've, like, a bunch of different things are going on all at once, and obviously you can't show it all going on at once, or, like, it's a good way to get that dramatic irony where you're like, oh, if only the other character, like, heard this one piece of dialogue or saw this one thing, everything would become clear.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who's, like, listened to the audiobooks of, like, the Song of Ice and Fire, like, one of the goats of the POV, perspective. But yeah, and I think they do a good job of it, and I think it's a really cool way to tell your story. Yeah. And as like a very like character first person, I think it just puts your characters in the forefront for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think I liked all the perspectives. I think the only one that may have been able to be like changed for the better is maybe the police officers, because I mean, he was definitely the weakest character to me. His like story doesn't really. The only thing his story adds is introducing you to the drug addict, and then getting him somewhere for the final act, basically. But otherwise, he doesn't help like uncover any of the mystery, or he doesn't like add anything to the mystery.
I mean, and honestly, it doesn't. You see him and Julia Gardner's character, be intimate, but you don't really even care. Like, oh my god, that's her love. It's like it's nothing like that. And you do kind of feel for him because like he's a fuck up and. He's just trying to do the right thing, but he doesn't have, like, the conviction to do it. It's like, you put it on yourself. Yeah. And I feel like one of, like, before you get to, like, the witchcraft, like, the biggest, like, what the fuck moments are with the cop and the druggie. And I think, like, leading him to the druggie for that point of view switch, I think that's really, like, well done. Because I believe you get a chase with the cop that chases the druggie for the first one, and then you have the druggie because he goes up to the police station like, hey, like I know where the kids are, and he's like, and
what
then
did I tell you about coming back?
Goddamn those fucking needles, dude! I'm like, oh my god.
Is there anything in your pocket that says gonna stick me? Oh, you motherfucker! And then he fucking hits him over the head.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then through the tent too.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, how many deals this guy at?
True.
Yeah. I mean, he is a drug dealer, but
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and like, it doesn't add too much. But if you like get into the background of the director and the writer, he basically like the big story is just like a big like allegory for addiction, kinda. So I feel like the police officer is mainly there to like show like a different aspect of that with him and his like alcoholism, basically. So I feel like that's the big reason he's in the movie, is to draw it back to like its original meaning, because he said that when he was like writing it, he was writing it to deal with the death of his friend, but then also like his parents were alcoholics and stuff like that, and so he wanted to show kind of like, what addiction does to people, which kind of makes them like the husks, kind of, which we see with Alex's parents.
Yeah.
And so I think that's like the big reason that the police officer is in the movie, to show like, the like real alcoholism that he has,
Yeah, because even the main character has that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of good things that this movie does. How do you feel about the people? Because this has been a big thing that people have said about it, that there's no resolution to the movie. It's just like all like, oh, the kids felt better after like a year. Some of them still don't talk, but like.
It depends on what you think a resolution is, because like
the chase of Gladys, that
is the resolution, because like also like you go into the movie with like, where are the kids at, what happened to the kids, and both of those questions get answered. So to me, that's the resolution. And then just like the little epilogue at the end is like really to give answers, because like if they didn't do that little narration at the end, you'd be like, well, what happened to all the kids?
Do you think you needed more, or do you think that was fine?
No, I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
Me personally, what about you?
I mean, I thought it was fine, but it's just like, if it was done really well, it just adds more layers to it, which I guess you could say about any choice a director makes.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I've also seen a lot of people talking about, we need more lore on Gladys as a witch.
Yeah, I don't, like, I've heard that they're already writing, like, a prequel. And
come on.
Yeah, like an Aunt Gladys prequel. And then, like, I personally did not need that. No. I didn't think she was, like, she was interesting, but it's, like, because, like, we were just making our Stranger Things video, and I said answers, like, help me, like, understand it. But, like, I don't need to know her backstory. Like, I know the rules for her witchcraft, which is, like, the tree and everything like that. I have those answers. The answers of whether or not, like, what her backstory is, those are the type of answers that I don't need.
Yeah.
But, like, if they were gonna, because people are like, I don't know. I think the mystery behind whether or not she's actually like his aunt or whether she was just like posing to be his aunt is interesting, and like something that like I don't need to know personally. I think it adds to the horror a little bit.
Yeah.
And she also just wasn't that interesting of a character.
I mean, I think she's a cool, like, very sinister, and I think with those types of characters, you can't, there's sometimes you can redeem them, but most of the time you just gotta make these the most evil motherfuckers out there, and you gotta make these dudes, like, chill to the core, like, where your main character walks through that room, and you're like, oh my god, they're about to get slimed out. They're about to get a curse, or they're just take a bullet to the fucking head for all they know. But and I think to an extent she does that really well.
Yeah, she's very menacing.
Yeah,
and like,
what a great performance too. I don't know who the actor is, or actress is for it, but
she was really good.
Yeah,
I think the only thing too is that I would want answers on is that. Throughout the movie, like, a bunch of characters are, like, seeing visions of Gladys. Like the drug dealer, like, sees her randomly out in the woods or whatever. Yeah. And then, like, the dad, like, dreams of her.
Well, they do have her as, like, a little pop-up every now and then. Like, I think there's...
Well, that's what I mean is, like
you
they're dreaming
more.
of...
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I don't... Yeah. I just, like... Because when I first watched the movie, I was like, okay, maybe, like, some sort of, like, demon thing. Like, maybe some sort of entity kind of, like, similar to it that is, like, taking the kids. And then it's revealed that she's just kind of, like, a witch. And I'm like, okay, that is still cool. I like witches and witchcraft. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, why is she doing, like, this dream thing? Or why is she, like, appearing to people? And then that never got answered. So I was kind of like... I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I was like, they didn't answer that question. I was like, why are people seeing visions of her? It's not like she's... Yeah. I was like, is she doing this on purpose? And if she is, why? Because, like, if she was, like, an entity like it, where she's just trying to cause fear and mischief, that would make sense. But as far as the movie shows, she was just a witch trying to, like, steal life force. So, yeah, I didn't get that aspect of it. So, if anything, that would be the only answer I want, but I don't need a prequel for that sort of thing. I just need the director to come out and be like, this was my intention behind those scenes. Yeah. Same thing with, like, in the dream, too, in the dream sequence. I think there's a lot of unanswered questions, too. Because, like, in the dream sequence with the dad, when he goes to the house and he sees, like, the giant AK-47 above the house. And, like, I was reading into it, and, like, I looked it up and everything, because I had no idea what it meant. And they're like, yeah, the writer said he just dreamed about it, so he put it in the movie. I was like, okay. Yeah. I was like, sometimes there's literally no answer. And, like, people, like, and I think that's cool, because, like, fans can attribute their own meaning to it. Yeah. And they're like, it's like that, and it's like the same reason the movie is called Weapons. It's because the witch is turning the people into weapons, and so that's why there's a gun over the house, because it's showing that there's, like, a big weapon inside the house or whatever. So I was like, I mean, that's, like, satisfactory, I suppose. Yeah. It just still doesn't answer my question on why she was, like, appearing in his dreams, why the drug addict was, like, seeing visions of her type of thing. Yeah. So those are the only questions I had walking away from the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was a good movie altogether. Mm-hmm. I think a big thing now is comparing it to, like, the cream of the crop and like, lower movies. We could do 2025, or we could just do, like, modern horror in general.
I mean, just, like, the most recent one before this one was Sinners.
And this movie does not touch Sinners at all.
It's such a different movie, but no, I think Sinners is better. Like, it just has better music.
Characters.
Oh, yeah. Definitely better characters. It's weird for me because, like...
Gladys is... I think I really Gladys like Gladys. Cool I think it's better than the Hive Mind vampires.
Well, it's a really... No, I agree. Because it's, like, the thing with Sinners, which is a big thing for me, is, like, the monster. Yeah. I like Gladys more than the Hive Mind vampires. Mm-hmm. But also, like... I mean... There were, like, scenes in Weapons where I was, like, more tense than I was in Sinners. Because Sinners never built tension, I felt like.
That's just, like, a thriller action, kind of.
Yeah, so, depending on what you're looking for. But, no, I think overall Sinners is the better movie.
Yeah, no.
But they're so different, it's difficult to compare.
Yeah, and then me and Brayden have been bouncing on Nosferatu since it came out.
Nosferatu's definitely better.
Don't touch Nosferatu.
No, and those, I think Nosferatu and Weapons is actually more similar because they both try to build dread, and I like the vampire and Nosferatu compared, and I like Gladys, but I think Nosferatu's a better villain. I think the characters are more interesting.
Better performances, better score.
Yep. I think those movies are a lot easier to compare. But yeah, I still think Nosferatu clears.
Now watching a show like, for me, Welcome to Derry, I think Weapons is a little bit of a step above it. Granted, we're only 4 episodes in, so I'll give it a little benefit of the doubt. But I mean, I think it clears It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2 for sure for me.
Yeah, I honestly think that I enjoyed the Weapons movie. It's been like, I haven't watched It Chapter 1 or 2 since the theaters, but I've enjoyed it more, I think.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not even watching Welcome Back to Derry or Welcome to Derry, whatever it's called. Mainly because I'm not like a big prequel guy, like I was kind of talking about with Aunt Gladys movie coming out. But yeah, I don't know. So I was never really a big fan of it anyway.
Yeah, I think the way I would put it is it's just like in that middle tier of like mid to good like horror movies. And then, like, you have the upper echelon, the Sinners, Nosferatu.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Low-key, Alien Romulus vs. Weapons. What's a better movie?
Those are so hard, too, because, like, Aliens Romulus is such an action-packed movie as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one is really tough. I might have to edge it out to Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
Just because of the action scenes.
And like, just the third act with the human hybrid. Xenomorph.
Yeah, the human hybrid. Yeah,
that was horrifying.
And like the characters too. Like, I was a big fan of the android in Aliens Romulus.
Yeah.
He was really cool, and like it's really hard to compare because it's building off the legacy of the other Aliens movies.
Well, that's why you got the prequel to Aunt Gladys now.
Come back in a year, guys. We'll be glazing Aunt Gladys. Trust. But no, I think I'd edge it out to Aliens Romulus.
Yeah.
We still need to see Predator Badlands, not to get too off track.
No, that's true. We definitely
got to compare those two movies.
I was thinking, but yeah, no, I think what it really comes down to is Weapons is a really good movie. It just doesn't touch like, I'd say even a great movie, but it doesn't touch like just the cream of the crop. It's not like the Gucci of movies. On
a scale of 10, and I don't do like points, I just give it like a hard solid number. I give it definitely a 7. Like, it's better, it's like above average, but it's not an 8, 9, 10 category for sure. It's just a nice 7.
So I know they're way different.
Yeah.
But since we've been doing this, you gave Superman an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
So are you saying Superman is a better all-around movie than Weapons?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I would... Like, Superman was really good.
Yeah.
And especially for, like, superhero movies, it's definitely an 8, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah.
Would you think that?
When I look down to it, like, Weapons, Fan 4, Superman, kind of got them in, like, this little group together as far as, like, a pool of...
I think Fan 4 is maybe a 6.
Yeah, you went down a little.
Yeah. It maybe, but like, I don't think it's as enjoyable as Weapons was. But they are very different, so maybe it is just like a superhero 7. We'll see. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I think that will wrap up this Talkers on the Wall video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and we're gonna have a lot more of these coming out. So
we'll catch you on the next one.